Are you craving a delicious casserole that's easy to put together and it has a nice Mexican twist, full of color and flavor? Well, here is my Mexican cornbread casserole recipe, which is so delicious, cost-effective, and easy to throw together in a pinch. You can serve it with sour cream, but I like to serve it plain because it's just super delicious and doesn't need anything extra to it. All you need are some basic ingredients that you have on hand, and you get this beautiful, delicious, colorful, and filling casserole. First of all, we preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Then we move on to the vegetables. So I'm just dicing a large, medium-sized to large-size onion. And then we finely chop 3 cloves of garlic. And we chop half a red bell pepper. Of course, you can use a whole red bell pepper, that's fine as well. We heat some oil over medium-high heat. And then we're gonna add the red bell pepper and the onions and saute until softened up for about 5 minutes or so. And I'm leaving the garlic on the side for later because it burns very easily, so we're not gonna saute it for 5 minutes. So once the onions and the pepper have softened up and are translucent, we add the meat. I have ground beef here, but you can use any kind of ground meat that you like. And we brown it. I just like to break it up in pieces so it's easier to brown all over and nice and evenly. And we're also adding the garlic, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, some salt and ground black pepper to taste, and we let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes until nice and browned and crumbly. Next, we mix the corn into the beef mixture and we toss it to defrost if you've used frozen corn. So we use 1½ cup of frozen corn or canned corn and just mix it for about 3 minutes to make sure that it defrosts. And then we add 1/4 cup of shredded Mexican cheese blend and we mix well. Of course, I didn't have the Mexican cheese blend, so I'm using half and half of cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, and it works out just fine. So if you don't have Mexican cheese, you can just mix your own choice of cheese. And for me, it was just cheddar cheese and mozzarella, and it turned out delicious. Then we oil a 9 by 13 inch casserole dish that's oven safe with some olive oil or butter, and then we pour the meat mixture in it and we cover the meat with a thin layer of salsa. I have here homemade salsa, but you can just use store-bought. I'm just trying to empty my pantry here. So I'm using about 1 cup of salsa. And then we make the crusty cornbread topping. So we just beat 2 eggs. I have here 1 cup of cornmeal, 3/4 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda. Just give it a quick mix. And then we add the 2 eggs and 1 cup of milk. And again, whisk it really well. And we're gonna pour this mixture over the top of the casserole dish to give us that crunchy, bready topping that we're looking for. We top up with the remaining shredded Mexican cheese blend or your choice of cheese blend, and we pop it in the oven for about 25 minutes or so, or until browned on top. Make sure you keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn. And just look at that beautiful golden crust. I can't wait to dig in. And that's it. We let it sit for a few minutes if you have the patience, or you just dig in. I hope you enjoy it. It's so delicious. We always have second helpings because it's so good and so filling. If you'd like, you can just add some greens on top, but you don't have to. I just have some fresh green onions from the garden, so I just chopped a few of those just for color and of course flavor, because we love fresh green onions. And then we just slice it up and enjoy. This is what you get with only 15 minutes of prep time. The rest is just baking and eating yummy food. Homemade with ingredients that you actually know, and that's what makes it beautiful and tasty at the same time. It's also cost effective, and you eat this in your own home, which is quicker than ordering food or than going out to a restaurant, dressing up, and it's quick and so delicious. Please let me know in the comments below what you like to add in your Mexican casserole dish that is different from mine, because I'd like to try. And don't forget to subscribe for more tasty meal ideas. If you have any comments or questions, please drop them down in the comment section down below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. If you find this recipe easy and tasty, make sure you share with your loved ones, and do check out my other tasty ideas.